Hello, I'm the entertainment part of Korakday. Yes, he is my alter ego. I am the doer. I am the person who does things. And I am the person who believes in the roots. I am that petty prawns, that little prince, that Siddharth. There is a connection. And you know what we are dedicated to? We are dedicated to bring the golden age. He is dedicated to bring golden age. And I just care about entertainment. I just care about leaving the best things for humanity's excellence. But he can talk about himself. Of course, my every work 24/7 since 1996, August 16th, when I left my military officer's job and I came to Kolkata, that time it was Calcutta, all I had been doing is towards making golden age, which is actually Satyug. So today we are going to start this new series, and in this new series we will be talking about top 5 things which you would actually need very much to excel in your life and to make your this life best life. I am also very much excited to start this new series because from the darkness is born light day. So we are going to start today's first episode of the series with top 5 most dangerous people or dangerous groups of people for humanity. You remember the song Heal the World? And what I had created, not him, well, what I had created, still the world didn't heal. So I thought we will create a series on this thing, like the top 5 things for you which is needed to excel in your life holistically, for yourself and for humanity and for everyone. So let us start this series, and I will be there. I'll be like a statue and he will be speaking, and we will go and see what all he has to say about these top 5 things required for a human being to excel in his, her, or its life. Like there's a mirror in between, and I am the entertainment part and he is the boring part. Thank you for the topic. And this is a very beautiful topic, a very controversial topic, because we human beings, and especially in India and actually the whole world, people have become like ostriches. They have ceased to be human beings and they have become ostriches. When a difficult situation comes, in place of fighting it, in place of fighting doesn't mean taking a sword or a gun and shooting it. Fighting is to adjust with it, or to see to it that the negativity ends and the positivity is maintained. So let us start our show with the top 5 greatest enemies of humanity. So first, should I start with the first? No, I think the first will be so gross. So let us start with the 5th from the end. 5th, 4th, 3, 2, 1. So the 5th greatest enemy of humanity is, or rather are, those people who are hypocrites, who would show something which they are not, who would show themselves as the most white, as the most pure, as the most nice, as the most bright, as the most heroic, and the most peaceful, and the most loving, and the most you understand all these things. The people who try to project themselves something or opposite of what they are. That is like show business. These celebrities, they are very image conscious. They would do all the worst things possible in the world, but they would behave as if they are holier than thou. Well, that is true. The hypocrites, But can I make a request to you? Please make it short, or the audience will run away. They're not here to listen to big explanations. Yes, but I have to speak from my within. I'm not an orator. I'm a doer. I know. I'm an action maker. I make karma plus please positive actions. Small. I cannot short, be precise to the point. Okay. But can you try? At least? Okay, I will try. I hope audiences, you do not leave us in between, because we are discussing a very, very important thing for the excellence of humanity. Just singing Heal the World, or like he had sung Still the World Didn't Heal. It is time for us to heal it. It's time for us to heal within. It is time for us to be aware of the top 5 greatest enemies of humanity. So let's dive into, as you would say, the 4th greatest enemy of humanity. And this one is pity, sympathy, or charity. Because I have worked with the greatest missions of charity, I have worked with the greatest NGOs, I have worked with greatest organizations, religious organizations, and I have seen that when, I want to tell you, like when I went first time to Mother Teresa's house in Calcutta, in Kalighat, Nirmal Hriday, that time my first experience was the sister in charge. I still remember her name, Dolores. She was like this nice lady who was so nice. And she would tell all the first time volunteers, including me, that see, those people down there think that they are Jesus Christ. Those people down there, you have to go and serve them. I asked the sister, I said, sister, why do I have to think that they are Jesus Christ? Can't we just think that they are human beings who are not as privileged as us, and who we could do something, because they are dying people, and we could do something with empathy. I must have seen some kind of face or whatever, and I started the work, and slowly there I realized this thing, that when you feel pity for someone, it is actually demeaning them. It is actually putting them down. You cannot feel pity for your siblings. And slowly I learned this thing, that charity takes dignity away from the receiver and fills the giver with pride. That's why when I started my work, I did not do anything as charity, and it was selfless loving. That selfless loving, like a mother gives to the child, and it is not love, it is loving, the action, the things which is required. That's why I made a family, not a charitable home. So this is the 2nd greatest enemy of humanity. So shall we start with the 3rd? From the 3rd greatest, the midway? What do you think? And before you get into the 3rd one, I want to tell you something. Like in one of my comment sections recently, somebody wrote to me, somebody who I think, I don't want to judge that person, but you will come to know what kind of person that is. So he writes, oh, you andhabhakt. Andhabhakt means, blind followers, like especially people who love Modi or love Bharat or love India, love Sanatan Dharma or love humanity, and all these people, they are called andhabhakt. So this comment person, he trolls and he says, oh, you andhabhakt, where is your orange color shirt? And so I asked him what to write or to just ignore. He said, just tell him that you are colorblind. And then in another comment, there somebody wrote, oh, when I make all these songs and, all these things, I do a lot of overacting. So he writes in the comments that, oh, well, that is quite an overacting. I said, yes, thank you, because we all are Bollywood fans. There's no point avoiding a troller, or saying something bad to someone who trolls. It is just that that person doesn't understand. Like in Bangla, there was this Ramakrishna Paramhansa who had said that অবুঝ শিশু তো বাপকেও লাথি মারে তাতে কি বাপের জাত যায়. A child who is innocent, doesn't knows, he even kicks his father, but the father doesn't mind it. The father is actually happy. So let's get into the third one. The third greatest enemy for humanity is, the power which leads to wars. That, the weapons, the sales for the weapons which leads to war. War is the third greatest enemy for humanity. There are countries who wants to be the greatest superpowers and all, and they grow on the industry of weapon, and they want their weapons to be brought so that they get money. They also want their position as a superpower must be maintained. So they make countries get into war. They would, like in India, we are quite used to this thing, that there would be a superpower who would give ammunitions to us also, and also to Pakistan, and things like that. Like there is China who would want our money from the sales, also by their exports, and also they would give money for terrorism or something like that. They would give money, they would give ammunitions to the terrorists so that the terrorists could attack on us. It is like, the power game. This mentality of power, this mentality of borders, this is one of the greatest enemies of humanity. Because the people who take countries into war, the people who takes two groups into war, they do not suffer. The innocent people, they suffer. You remember Michael Jackson's Earth song, What About Us? Those us suffers. And until the us becomes very strong, that they could tell the eyes, the I, capital I's, that no, you have to stop. Yeah, that is true, because those people who feel happy about seeing the blood of others just to capture the land which they won't be able to take it home, means they won't be able to take it when they die. They would need just that small portion of land in which they would be buried or they would be burned. And well, if they are burned, then they don't even have that piece of land to bury themselves. And even if they are buried after maybe 500 years, 200 years, or maybe 1,000 years, so let's fight for things which we could take as part of our DNA, which we could give to our future generations. Like everybody knows, like we know, like what these people, these so-called Occidental people, or I even know like these Japanese people who would tell me, like my friend Shindo, he would tell me, Korak, do you know that we are the excess of evil? I had heard about it, but I did not know. Excess means they are the epicenter of evil. It is very important to coexist, not to just I exist. It is important to coexist, and that is the reason why I always used to write the capital I, which you write in English, as small I. And then there would be people from England, they will be feeling, oh, Korak has got such such low esteem about himself and low feeling about himself. Oh, he must be from the third world, and he must be from, because there was these ladies from England who would tell these things, but then later I made them understand, and they also appreciated that, and then we were friends and all. So it is very important that we consider ourselves as small, and our being on earth for humanity's excellence as the greatest thing. and then only the enemies will, dissolve and fade away. Till then, we can make these videos. Hope it helps you. And now we go to the second greatest enemy of humanity. Yes, see, I'm telling it without you intervening. This one is greed of being rich. Greed of, the nature. I always had said this thing, that the nature, when created these 10 people on earth, then the nature has provided for all these 10 people. Somebody would just take his share and eat, his share and have a nice time. The second one would eat his share, but would want the other person's share also. Then the third one is too weak to take care of his share. Maybe having some kind of handicap or something. So this person overtakes his rights, his things. And then he makes friends with this one. And then he makes this one fall into the trap of his greed. And then they attack on these two. And like this, it is about, because this concept of I am supposed to be the rich. Even if I have just one child or two children, it is very important for me. Okay, go. So it is very important for me to realize this thing, that I must take care not only for myself but also for everyone else. I have heard in one of these mazhabs or religion, they say that you're eating or you're enjoying something is useless if you cannot make 40 more neighbors around you take care of their needs also. You cannot just be happy, you cannot have a positive life if you are just taking care of yourself, because just taking care of yourself is useless. It is just inhuman, because we are a social human beings. We are in the image of so-called the creator. Like I told in the previous point, the capital I, we are supposed to be the small i's, so that we could mix in the sentence of the whole world. Then we are not, then only we are not constrained by humanity's enemies, because these enemies, they know how to capture everybody's thing. And so when a person can eat 3 rotis, 4 rotis, 1 loaf of bread maybe, but if that person accumulates a truckload of loaves, breads, or a truckload of rotis, he cannot eat it. It will go wasted. But many people, that's why you see all the poor countries in the world, all the so-called, and this term third world is also given by the so-called first world, who were first in looting and fooling and terrorizing and then accumulating all the money. Well, that's a different topic. Okay, come. Yes, I'm also excited to know what is the number one top greatest enemy of humanity. Over to you. Yes, the number one top enemy of humanity is, it's a difficult word to be pronounced, because nowadays nobody wants to pronounce this word in this way. And if you think that you want to pronounce it, you want to write it in the comment section. What do you think is the top number one greatest enemy of humanity? Just write in the comment box, and then you will see whether it is true or not. And according to a Satyugi, according to a person who has spent nearly 30 years 24/7 for this golden age, for the excellence of humanities and everything related to that. Before I mention the top spot, I want you to go away. Yes, I want you to go away, because you started the show and I want to end it, because I don't want you to listen to this thing. I want just my audience to know about this thing. You can go away. I'm going. Move. I'm going. You take care. Okay, the greatest enemy, number one of humanity, are those people, those groups. I won't tell you exactly the word, but those groups who believe in exclusivity. Like, what I have is the best. What I have, if you do not accept that, I will kill you. I will banish you. I will convert you. I will, you have to understand that it is what I believe, the God which I believe in, that is the only God. Rest, all other gods are useless. Rest, all other books are useless and they must be burnt off. All other things which are there in the world are useless, because they don't even love their own people. But they would say that all who are not part of this exclusive thing, they are all useless and they are condemned to the greatest hell, condemned to the fire of the hell. What do you think? Whom did I mean to say this thing? Who believe in this exclusivity? Like, my way or highway? My way, well, my way or highway is good in comparison to my way or death. This thing, this so much hatred for others for no reason. We have the same blood within us. Somebody would say the DNAs and everything, but I would say I'm a simple, basic human being who lives for some decades on earth. Let me just go around loving other people. Let me just go around and see. In my whole life, and especially in the past 30 years, has been like that. Let me just go about giving all my love and all the things, good things which I have. Well, but it is so important that we have Shatrubodh. Shatrubodh is, we know our enemies the best, precisely, clearly, 6x6. Eyesight. We know our enemy very clearly, because only when we know our enemy, then only we could take care of that enemy. From within us, from outside us, from in our society, from our country, from the whole world, and from everything in the world. It is the most important thing that we know our society, the greatest enemy of humanity, number one. What do you think? Who are they? Who believe in this exclusivity of things? Who cannot bear others? Who cannot see who cannot see the difference? Like in Bharat, we say the unity is in the difference. There are so many different things. And that is the point of uniting. Because we all human beings are different. So we could have different ideologies. We could have different things, as long as we are not negatives. As long as we are not hurting humanity and saying that, okay, that is also good. No. Hurting humanity, doing something bad for the humanity is evil. And doing something bad for humanity and showing as if you are a great superstar or great political prime minister and great leader and great celebrity and great sports stars. No. That is unacceptable. Hypocrisy and negativity is unacceptable. But That is the reality. Either you are choosing hypocrisy and negativity and showing that that is the right thing, that is the truth, that is the only truth, that is the only thing, that is the only way, then it is negative. It is hypocrite. Because you cannot not love other people's. I have experiences of people from one community telling me, Korak, you are doing so many good things, but it is all useless. It is all useless because you are not following that one man, so-called. Another community would say, Korak, everything is useless. Just convert to our group and make our superstar into your superstar and be a follower. And then only anything good can happen to you. But, we are human beings. We are not parrots that we must be caged and kept. We are not, because it's not anymore the power of those white people who would enslave, who would be dark inside and enslave someone who looks dark and put that person in a zoo. We all know about such zoos in Europe and Americas. There has been a lot of enemies of humanity. And these are the 5 enemies of humanity whom we must address. We must know and address them and be completely detached from the enemies of humanity. First, we have to be aware of whether we have any of those things within us or not. And if we have, we just have to leave it. We don't have much time on earth. Every human being who is listening to this thing, we don't have much time on earth. So we have to take side of positivity. We have to take side of love. We have to take side of selfless loving. We have to have empathy, not sympathy. And we have to really work for it to actually heal the world. And that is the call of a Satyugi, a
So can I
person
come
who
now?
believes in excellence.
Can I come now?
Okay, come. Okay, come. Now you take over. So we have presented today the top 5 greatest enemies of humanity. And if you had liked what we talked about, then please give a thumbs up, like this video, share this video to all the people you know, subscribe, follow,
Yes.
and press the bell icon. Very important. And we will see you again in our next video. Until then, love, love, love. So see you in the next episode. Pranam.